Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are doing a simple how to clean a fish tank. Let's get to it. So first of all, you are going to need a bucket. I just have a red one. I got it from Smith's. You're going to need a water diffuser for when you put the water back in, an algae scraper, and a water pump, or just a siphon tube. And then last but also kind of least, some towels, just so you don't get your floor all wet and stinky. Also, anyone who's watching this, I would highly recommend getting a fish tank because they are very peaceful and they help with stress, especially in these hard times of quarantine. So what I like to do is I like to layer the towels. I'll put 2 on the floor so that it can't seep through to the carpet. Then I put 1 wash rag back here so that when I take the lid off, water won't spill everywhere. If the wire doesn't get caught on the glass, it's a lot better. Yeah, so I'm just going to put 1 more towel down here, just in case I spill some. And then for another view, I am going to put the GoPro in the fish tank. So I'll be back when I do that. Okay, so the GoPro is now in the fish tank, and so now we're going to begin cleaning it. So first of all, we're going to want our algae scraper. And we're just going to start scraping the algae off the glass. We do this because it makes our water a lot clearer and because it makes the visibility through the glass to the tank a lot better and it gives it a better show look. So I'm just going to keep doing this. You just want to push really hard on the very edge of the algae scraper to scrape it all off. I got this one from Walmart for like $3. You can get bigger or smaller sizes. For a starter tank, I would recommend getting a 15-gallon to a 30-gallon, just because the bigger tank you have, the better it is, because if you make like a small mistake, it isn't fatal to all your fish, like adding too much water conditioner or stuff like that. I'll explain what that is later in the video. But for now, let's clean this. You're just going to want to make sure and go in little rows like you're lawn mowing and get all the green stuff off the glass. What I'd recommend to not get as much algae in your tank is only have your lights on for 8 hours at a time, per day, and don't put your tank by a window, because that natural sunlight grows a butt ton of algae. Just gonna make sure I'm getting all the algae over here, which it looks like I am. Now we go to the back. You're gonna want to get all 4 sides of your aquarium when algae scraping. I actually just got this new filter, and it's very good. It is a Marineland 160 canister filter, and it works very well. I did mess up a couple things when doing it though, but it turned out fine. And most of this stuff is just stuff I've gotten from PetSmart. A good place to buy fish, I'd recommend Animal Ark. They keep very good care of their fish. That's where I get most of my fish. Now we're moving on to the 4th and final side. This side is the hardest to get because I can't really see anything on it. But when you're done, your tank should look pretty clear. And I'm going to dry off my hand with another towel. And just a warning, your arms will get wet when cleaning a fish tank, but that's okay because you can always wash it off, and if you're really that worried about it, take a freaking shower. Because it's just water. You're not gonna die. And then for tropical fish, you're gonna want to keep your water temperatures at around, let's see, what's mine at? 78. So I'd recommend 78 to 65, I'd say. But beware that really big temperature fluctuation causes a disease called ick, which is like the black death of fish, as you've seen before on this channel. So that's like the last disease you want to get. And now we're going to start siphoning the water. So you just pump it a couple times to make sure your other end of the hose is inside the bucket, because if not, you're going to siphon water all over your house. And if you have sand, you're just going to slightly graze over it. making sure not to pick up any sand, but to get all of the poo and extra food. I don't have any extra food because I have an Aranda goldfish, so he eats all of it. You've probably seen him on the channel before, I'm not sure. His name's Fathead. He's gotten pretty big since he was a baby. I got him in about December, and he's gotten a lot bigger. So you're just going to go in rows, kind of like your lawn mowing, and just get all those little black specks and pink poops. The reason the poops are pink is because, well, it depends on the food you're feeding, but the reason the poops are pink is because it just depends on the color of food they're eating. And if you have gravel, you're just going to put the hose in the sand, pump it a couple times, and then that should get all the poo and stuff out of it. But fish tanks are one of the easiest pets you can get. They're a great hobby. The only thing I would warn about is they're a little bit expensive, but they're pretty cheap. You just need to have all the right stuff. And right now I'm just sucking out of these plants because sometimes they get poo and stuff stuck in them. And then tank sizes for fish, always do your research before you get fish. Like goldfish actually can't be in a bowl. They get very, very large. Like this goldfish, the Aranda goldfish that I have named Fathead, he gets to be the size of a softball. And then when you're siphoning, you are going to want to unplug your filter once it gets past the filter sucking line, I guess. And then you just want to go through all the sand, sift through the decorations. Then you never want to overflow your bucket. Only fill it up to what your carrying weight is. And then when you're done siphoning, pick it up and go like that. I'm not done. I just need to unplug the filter. Okay. Now that my filter is unplugged, we can go ahead and keep going. And you always want to start algae scraping before you siphon the water, because when you siphon, it pulls all of the gunk out of the water. And when you algae scrape, it pulls off all the gunk off the side, so you want to be able to get all that gunk instead of just have it sit in your tank. And then this first bucket is usually when I clean my sponge filters, if you have them. Then soon enough here, I'll be bringing you guys a video on how to aquascape a tank, because I'm going to be getting a shrimp tank soon for my birthday. And I'll also be showing you how to build an epic man cave in your room. So my bucket is almost full, so I'm just going to get all the water out of here and stuff. Put it in here. Oh, I missed. That is why you have the towels, so that when you do stupid stuff like that, you don't spill water everywhere. So I'm just going to come over, pull the airline tubing out of this, pull off this clear part, set it down, and then clean out my sponge filter, which is really simple. You just have to take the top off and then pull the sponge off, as you can see. Then you just squeeze it a couple times in the water. You usually want to squeeze it until your water turns about brown. So you just be squeezing a sponge filter over here. I have no idea if you guys can see me or not. But you just want to do a squeezing motion like this on the filter. Soon enough, these filters will be placed in a shrimp tank so that they get biological media. But yeah. So this one is now clean. So I want to grab the bottom, shove it over it, and then put the top back on. And then put the clear piece back on. Put it over your water, and what I like to do is slide this clear piece in the tube and then put the tube on. That just makes it a lot easier than trying to put the tube through the whole clear thing. I'm going to put this back in the water. Take my other one out. Pull the airline tubing off. Take it over my bucket and start squeezing. Yeah, fish keeping is an amazing hobby. You just have to be sure and research the fish you get before you get them. Figure out what their water parameters are. And you need to do a weekly cleaning. What I would recommend is get like a Christmas lights timer and use that, and then just plug your fish tank lights into it. What I have here is a 29-gallon Bowfront tank. I just got it off KSL for like $100 and it came with everything I needed. Because fish tanks can be expensive, like for all the starter kit stuff you need, but once you get everything, it usually turns out fine. And then costs start going down. And fish tanks actually teach a ton of things to young kids, old kids, and adults. So the only problem is if you go on vacation a lot, then that might be a problem because you can't do maintenance on them unless you like hire someone or like have a neighbor that can do it. Now both of them should be running good. Then we are going to take our bucket to the bathtub. You can dump it in a bathtub or outside, it doesn't really matter. What I like to do is go outside and dump it on a plant, so I will be back. I'm now back with an empty bucket, and now I just take the tube out, put it back in our bucket, and start siphoning water again. What you want to look for is just little black specks and stuff like that, because you're just trying to get all the dirty stuff out of the water. And another good thing is aquarium plants. They eat the nitrate in the water, and nitrate is the stuff that kills fish, so that's good. I have a couple plants in here. Not like fake plants, but live plants. You just kind of want to go all over on the gravel. Just kind of stir it up a little bit. Also, before you ever get sand, you are going to want to clean it out so it doesn't cloud up your water. And, let's see. so you can't just buy a fish tank and put fish in it, because you need to know about the nitrogen cycle, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. So do some research on that, and then you can start up your tank. It usually takes about a month or two. But make sure and do all your research and stuff like that before you get a fish tank. But not trying to scare you or anything. Fish keeping is a very good hobby. You just have to be patient sometimes. While we're waiting, I'll tell you my fish. So I have a platinum angelfish, an Oranda goldfish, a female beta, let's see, what's it called? Give me a second. A bala shark, 3 guppies, 2 gouramis. One of them is an opaline gourami, and the other is a dwarf blue gourami. And then I have 5 zebra danios. Oh yeah, and then 2 snails, king and queen, the OGs of the channel. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Also, I just hope that everyone's doing okay during quarantine and all that. I know it's hard, but you just gotta think happy thoughts and all that. You know, it'll be over soon, so don't worry. Or at least try not to worry. And online work and online school may be hard, but you just gotta push through it. Things will always be hard at the start, but they begin to get easier, you know? And I know that if you do your research on plants, some people say that you need CO2, but you really don't. I have that plant in there, and it's been in here for a couple months, and I haven't had any CO2 running. Just air, and it is fine, it grows fine. And it's growing right now, actually, so that's good. And then when I do my water changes, I just do a 50% water change. And that works out well for me, but you do whatever works for you. It depends on if your tank is stocked high or low. What I recommend is if you have a kid, just do like a 5 gallon and get like a beta. But don't get any of that rainbow substrate, like graveler stuff, because it's actually really bad for the beta. And if anyone that sees this video gets a freaking fishbowl, so help me. I will come to your house. Like, I'm not even lying. Fishbowls are the worst thing you can have. Like, there's no point in having a fishbowl. Given, wow, it's only $10, that's such a good deal, and then I can get a 16-cent goldfish. Like, don't do that. You're just gonna have to have your kid watch a fish die, and like, you parents out there, I know you don't want that for your kids, so just, it really isn't that much more. Just spend like $30 more and get a 5 gallon, and then just get like a female beta or a male beta. Like, just take good care of your fish, guys. Because it sucks to see someone with like a freaking fishbowl and their fish is so unhealthy and sad. It's probably the worst thing I can see. But for now, I have to go dump this bucket, so I'll be back. Hi guys, so I would just like to mention that I'm very sorry there is not an end to this video because I just started editing. As you can see, I have my chip here and stuff, but I just started editing and I figured out that my GoPro SD card is corrupted, so I don't have any underwater footage or anything like that for this video. But I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and also, if you are going to get a fish tank, I would like to just say like the very last part of what I would do. So we ended off and I was about done siphoning out the water. Sorry, excuse that, that's just my little brother. But so we had just ended up siphoning the water, and what I would do is I would take that red bucket that I had, and I would go into the bathroom. I would see what my fish tank water was at, like the temperature wise, and then I would just go to the bathtub and fill it up to that temperature, and then I would just dump it in. But you can't just dump in bathtub water, you have to add in the conditioner. Let me go grab it quick and I'll show you. So here it is. I just use API's Stress Coat Plus, and what it does is it just removes chlorine and chloramines, and it detoxifies the heavy metals in the water so that you can grow your beneficial bacteria for your fish tank and stuff like that. Also, I have some very important news. I would like to announce that I am merging my 2 channels, so I will have 1 channel. It will have both my Braden's Adventures NRC stuff, and it will also have my fish tank stuff. I'll be posting weekly to monthly depending on how much stuff I do that month and what I can get done and whatnot. And I would just like to say I have some good upcoming videos for my birthday and stuff like that. So now I would just like to say thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace!